All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the first round. I think it's one of 3 rounds we have yet to finish, or 3 sets rather, we've yet to finish in round number 1 of Hidden Cup 4 qualifier, or Hidden Cup 5, excuse me, qualifiers. In the blue, we've got Rusher, a player from Turkey. There's many players from Turkey in this qualifier, actually. And Rusher, known for a long time. I think he's a very strategic mind. Very solid overall. Not a player that I really see play a lot of tourney qualifiers, though. So I don't know how he deals with things like pressure, let's say. Running, on the other side of things here, running extremely experienced with tournaments. A really solid couple years. I would say 2023, maybe a little bit weaker than 2021 for him, but he is the favorite in this one based on experience and also rank and elo, if that means anything for you. We've got the Persians here for running, and then we've got the Gurjaras here for Rusher. I actually think that Rusher picked Gurjaras hoping to get Gurjaras Mongols, which I think is a really good matchup for Gurjaras. Mongols was the first pick from running, so that's kind of what my brain tells me. So running maybe won out with the mind games here. The Persians are overall really solid, strong economy, which is what running's good at. And I think running gets miscategorized. I think people look at him because he's been good at arena, and they do this with other players as well, like Valis, for example, a player who plays a lot of BF in arena. And they say, oh, this guy's a clown! Huh. But no, you might see them go for those types of maps against, really good Arabia players. They have that in their arsenal, but running's also really solid on Arabia. I think Civ matchup's pretty close. Big thing, though, when this becomes a camel war, or if it becomes a camel war, the Gurjaras do not even get pikemen. So they will need to switch out of camels into something else. We'll see what that comes down to. Anyways, any questions? A little Q&A before we move into the next one. I really like the maps for both of them. I think map is really nice for Rusher with that nice back gold. Running's got a little bit more work to do, but then his stone is safe. This is a nice gen from both here. The reason we're seeing Britons picked a lot more today on the draft, this is a great question, is because of the map Quarry. In Hidden Cup 4, keep in mind, a lot of the maps in Hidden Cup are only played in Hidden Cups. So Quarry's a Hidden Cup map, like Mudflow. I think those are the only. Slopes is a Hidden Cup only map. There's also going to be 6 maps which will come into the main event that are also Hidden Cup only maps, right? And 2 of them are going to be brand new. So, anyways, long story short, it's map dependent, and I think Britons is really strong on Quarry and was always really strong on Quarry in the past. So until people get proven otherwise on that, I think we're going to see Britons a bit if Quarry's in the map pool. If we see Quarry, I'll also explain why I think Britons are still really strong there. But yeah, you are correct that Britons wouldn't be picked that frequently on other maps these days. But yeah. I spent 5 hours yesterday testing and playing games and watching games on one of the new maps. And I was a little uncertain because what I don't want to do is bring in brand new maps to the main event just because. I want the maps to actually add something. And I'm really positive about it. One of them is going to be one of my favorite maps ever. I think it can produce some banger games. And it's a really cool concept. I'm also concerned that the main event players may ban it. It's not that, it's just really hard. It's really difficult, but it's a quality map. So what's it called? I'm not going to tell you. It's not named shirt or sock or underwear or, it's not named after an article of clothing. All right, so running. Scouted Rusher's base. Rusher's gonna go for an archer range here. I'm not loving the eco here. 6 villagers only in this lumber camp. Everyone on straggler trees. It's a bit interesting. Rusher going to attack running here. Be annoying with the camel, though. It will be a scout opening here. I think Rusher is going range opening because he thinks that this will be archers or something for running. Opening skirms when your opponent's going scouts is not really the best. And I think he just got punished for lack of scouting here. He pushed in all of his deer. He is going to go to gold now to be able to make archers, but the skirms feel kind of weird. We do have the pants emote for everyone who wants to call my wonderful, wonderful bay, which I put so much pride into. For those that want to make that joke, we have the pants emote, okay? We have it for you. Ooh, spear skirm play. Ooh, nice hits there from Rusher. He also has the camel still, too. That actually worked out quite nicely. Guys, I think with the Gurjaras, putting all your sheep into the mill is great in Dark Age, but I think at this stage, you should be pulling them out and eating them. I've played quite a few games with the Gurjaras recently. I also had a discussion with some really good players about it. That's what a lot of, like, that's what Doubt would do, for example. I think Tata would do that. I think it is a good way to utilize the Gurjara bonus. The sheep go in, the sheep come out, and you eat them. Eat them up! Okay, so I have a really... I'm not sure if I should tell this yet. All right, well, I repeat jokes all the time. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys this. And then if you hear it again, I want you to act like you're hearing it for the first time. Deal? So with some maps, I wanted there to be a little bit more flair to them, a little bit of a tweak. So the main concept of the map is the same. Don't laugh now. Now you're making the actual laughter feel not real. I didn't even tell you yet. You don't even deserve it. No, you don't deserve this detail. You don't deserve it. You don't get to know. I will. This is a good bit of detail. You guys are not going to be able to sleep tonight because you're missing out on this. And fine, you don't get to know. You just got to wait. Running is out-macking Rusher so hard right now, though. This is really good play from him. I mean, Rusher's name, not as advertised. He has not been much of a rusher here. He's been more of a wall and defender. And I think it's the nerves. I think he's, like, definitely not as strong as running. He may feel that. I think it affects some of his play here. Running's farming eco is great. Running killed a villager. Running's res collected. Like, his eco balance will look beautiful here. And running just got the first unit kill when he was able to kill that villager. Thank you, Musica, for the 57 months. Says, can we get the wall emote back? The wall emote back is a maybe. I just don't see as many applications for a walling... Like, we have the quick wall emote. But you don't see stone walls that frequently, so I don't think the stone wall emote really is that great. Desert Arms, thank you for the gifted subs as well as the 28 months. Sorry I was a bit late to that. I did see it. You've gifted a lot the last couple weeks, so... Running's actually 2,600, and Rusher is actually 2,200. Okay. Let's get it right. There we go. Okay, I can't help but not... I have to tell you. I shouldn't. I shouldn't tell you because of how you treated me, but I have to tell you. Okay, so on the map, Bay, right? Which everyone calls pants. I wanted to add more incentive to leave your starting base. And, you freaking guys. Okay, so I wanted to add incentive. So I thought maybe we could add a bit of elevation in the middle area. And I had all these ideas, and then I realized that you all call it pants. And if there was a hill right above the water, that would look kind of weird. So I mean, it's a brilliant idea. I've got so much great opportunity, but I can't do it because you guys are too immature. So yeah. so it really has eliminated that option. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyways, Running's done such a good job to get up to castle. Look at this uptime, guys. He walled up at the perfect time. He hasn't used the market at all. Arena who? This guy's good at Arabia. And he's got some nice patience here with some skirms. And I think he's going to struggle to really do anything offensively to break Rusher, which could potentially be a concern if Rusher, you know, builds up a big army and keeps it alive here. However, I do think that Running can drop town centers soon and get a pretty big lead economically. This could be a problem for Running, actually. Oh, he loses one. He's going to lose two. Oh, he doesn't lose two. He's off gold. This is just an awkward enough army. Running's got skirms, so Rusher shouldn't necessarily run through the whole way. Oh, God, Rusher's through! They click the town center foundation, and wow, this is actually really annoying for Running. Oh, geez. I take it all back. The pressure's on here. Running is the favorite. He's lost 3 villagers. This TC can't go up. He doesn't have army. What? This is awful. And Rusher is walled. Rusher's eco behind this is fine. And he will know how good this is. He's denied the T... What? Oh, my God. And, like, even the elite skirm, there's only 3 of them, right? Those skirms can go down. So the biggest upset in the first round was a 2,200 player beating a 2,500 player. That was Antagonist, who's a Russian player, against Rapard, who's actually also a Russian player. This here, elo discrepancy-wise, would be an even bigger upset if Russia wins this. And what a great opportunity now. Dang, man. Look at those resources for Russia as well. Resources are insane. It might even be a bit of tilt right now for Running. And the nerves. And he misclicked all of his vills. Oh my God, he's falling apart. He's falling apart. We've all had that happen where you double click your vills and they all go to the same spot. Oh, jeez. It's like if you lose the vills, it's one thing. But your TC is delayed, it's another because you're not catching up. You're not coming back with the vill count. Wow. I can't believe what I just saw. Rusher's eco is set up to go to the Imperial Age over here. He's got resources galore. Let's see how he spends it. For now, he's going to make some Shravamsha riders, which feel good when skirms are on the field. And I think he's just kind of forgotten about this. Running can still obviously win this game. He's going to be on 3 TCs. He's got Persian economy, but he's going to have to recover from that one. Rusher's thinking was get walls down and be safe and then attack the opponent. We didn't expect him to be able to get that much damage, but he got the damage done and now he's been safe. Yo, Ladybug, thank you for the 5. Or sorry, for the 4. He said Hidden Cup 5, so I said 5, but it'll be 5 at Hidden Cup 5. That's actually perfect. Maraloka, thank you as well. The scouts from Running going to spread out. Look for relics. Maybe this game will probably go to the next stage. I think something that you can tell for Rusher is the timings aren't elite. Like getting crossbow and bodkin with 4 archers. You know, the castle age time was delayed. The attacks were delayed. He got through. But this is usually the difference between a 2200 and a 2600. It's just the timings on pretty much the same thing. Just 2 TCs right now. But crossbows can be good against any camels that come out. Also, I think Rusher really forgetting some critical upgrades for a player who has all these resources. But drops TC number 3. Is going to walk outside of the walls to place that one. All right. Running will have a Vill lead, which is what we expected in the first place. Running starting to get relics. Running is stabilizing. But it looked really bad for a while there. Like, if that army didn't get any damage, Running is just completely destroying him at this point, right? It'd be what? 10, 15 villager lead. And he would have all those villagers, you know, having worked this entire time. Just getting relics. As arena players tend to do. Which civ do you like most if this goes late, guys? I think Persians because of getting Halb. I think that's a really big upgrade here when they both have such good stable units. But the Gurjaras have Chakrams, which are disgusting. And not only Chakrams, but their camels are way stronger than Persian camels. Frontier Guards. Even Shravamshas can be annoying. Also, with the unique tech, Chatras, you spend so little food on some units that are really dependent on food. Nice job again from running, though. Again, it feels like his eco balance is so smooth. And he does have one relic already. I think running lost most of his scouts that were out looking for relics. Oh, wow. Look how unfortunate he is. He just missed this one. He just missed this one. He just missed this one. So he actually doesn't see many. Shravamsha is going to dive in. Shravamsha gets converted. And Rusher wants to use these crossbows against the monks, I'm sure. But he's not going to find that opportunity. I think he needs a bigger army here before engaging. Running's got the perfect amount of army to hold from this. The camels will do a great job in defense. The monks, too. Rusher probably just needs to kind of circle back to this area and get more units gathered. 4 TCs for running. All right, chat. I need big thinkers here for this. What is an age bonus? A bonus for a civ that, you know, is a bonus. It's supposed to be a good thing, but sometimes can actually kind of hurt you. I can think of a couple. I'm going somewhere with this. Someone just said Sweden. Well, maybe there's a new DLC I didn't hear about. Someone says Chinese. Chinese is a good one. You start with the extra vills, but then you don't have food. That's a good example. Here, a scout's going to die. Good attack from Rusher. I don't think running ever expected Rusher to try and get damage done here. This could easily be a trap. Okay, so I think Goths and doing more damage against boars, if you forget about it, it's really bad, actually. It could be more awkward to bring in boars because they do so much damage. I also think Persian TCs working so fast can hurt you when it comes to food right now. And so the camel numbers, maybe he's not as high for running as he would want. And look at these crossbows go. Crossbows are going to get 1. Crossbows are going to get 2. Crossbows are going to get all 3 of these monks. And what crazy micro from Rusher here. Rusher's going to win this fight. These camels can kill the skirms. Rusher 20 vills behind. But, again, for the underdog, pretty decent spot. Running, you're like constantly have no food because you're producing villagers so quickly out of TCs. And for your TCs not to be idle, it feels like you need 100 farms. And there's TC number 4 for Rusher. Interesting that Rusher's still back here. Very exposed on the front of his base right now. I feel like a castle right here for either player decides so much in this game. Here or here. Obviously, you get this. You probably have domain over this and over this. This as well kind of affects that gold. Running doesn't really have any hills near his gold, which is nice. Like this gold being here, this gold being here is nice. Neutral golds are on the right corner and then the very north. That would be something players have to scout out here. But we are going to see Imp here for Rusher, I believe. As he will go up to Imp. No relics collected. Not even a monastery. And running is dropping a barracks, a siege workshop. He's getting relics number 2. I think running's in a better late game position as long as he has a competitive imp time. Okay. Let's get a little replay on that one, shall we? She just bounces off the camels, just passing. And you're starting to see some really high-level stuff now from running, right? Outposts are such a simple thing, but so many players don't do it. You have to make informed decisions in this game. And he clicks pikeman. He's definitely going to switch into help. Do you feel like Rusher? I mean, his resources are looking really good. He's house walling to the edge of the map. He's got an extra gold back here if he finds it. I feel like he's got a chance in this one. Obviously, things are looking better for running at the moment, but not willing to count the Gurjaras out when it goes late. Not just yet, especially not until we see Halb. Running his 3 markets. True. Running does have 3 markets, but these 2 were placed to keep an army out, and he probably just forgot to not finish them. Well, he's planning for time without his forward market. It's smart. Next level thinking. Oh, man, running wanted that hill. And running doesn't have the army to finish this castle on that hill. And that's a nice clear up there for Rusher. And Rusher will now see pikemen. Now, that's the thing. He already has a castle. So Chakram and Camel can be really strong. Jetris just completed. So now it's 25% off, right? It's either 25 or 20 or 15. Anyways, it is a percentage off. I think it's 25 of all the food you spend normally on buildings or units. And so, sure, your eco's not as good, but you're not spending as much now. And you have the superior camels in a camel war. This could be really awkward for running. I think running actually needs hand cannon. I think he needs hand cannon Halb. I think that's the comp you want against Gurjaras. Also, a side push would be good, just to distract. All right. These chakrams, these frisbees are starting to be massed. Do you guys ever know a frisbee player growing up? I knew a couple guys that played frisbee golf. Frisbee golf is actually really fun. There's always one guy, though, who has this level of energy. He's just like, I don't know about the double disc, but he's like too ready, you know? I don't know. I'm just half hoping one of my best friends played a lot of Ultimate Frisbee, so I'm just half hoping he's listening right now. Conscription for Rusher, so he can mass units faster. Running's going for Trebs to try and get a push going here. But he would be pushing uphill. And he will be pushing against Chakrams. And if Chakrams become elite, they are deadly. And the resources are there. Guys, what a fun series we have here. Rusher, underdog. Pretty big underdog, but it's a best of 3. Best of 5, it wouldn't even be a thing. Best of 5, I'd be like, okay, well. But best of 3, man. Ask any favorite, they will tell you the best of 3s are terrifying. Love the walls on the sides. What I don't like is how he didn't really get relics. I don't like how he never found this. Oh my god. Who said they wanted the Stonewall emote back? Because we've got it, people. How many pros don't do this? It's smart. All right, Elite Chakram is in. You need to keep your castles up right now. I mean, I don't see how... I mean, it's only 13 Chakrams, but I don't think these Trebs should be anywhere close to this. This is coming from someone who lost 15 Trebs to Chakrams in one game once. I'm a little scarred. Man, no armor at all on these camels up until now. He's just now getting the first armor. Look at him queue these upgrades. I actually think another underrated thing is the double blacksmith at this stage of the game. Upgrade timing can be really important. Cavalier for running. Ugh. He doesn't know what to make. And this castle's down. And this is starting to really snowball for Rusher. He can get another Treb and he could push here too. Man, Rusher doesn't see that gold, but he does have gold elsewhere. And I think he has the better army. Here he comes. This is textbook. Take out one castle, protect your Trebs, come forward with a push. Castle in that next area. The Frisbees are out. The Halbs can't get anywhere near the Frisbees. The Cavalier can't get anywhere near the Camels. Rusher actually does not like that castle position. He's worried. And let's see how he micros. He's got to attack the Halbs here. Ooh, I don't like the Treb positioning. I don't even like the Frisbee positioning. Now I do. I think. Big fight. For running, You're happy if you can kill some camels here, but you're not going to kill the chakrams. It's a complete slaughter. Rusher. Rusher's in an amazing position right now. They actually should rush those trebs right now. He could take out all those trebs. That's the one thing, is that there is time for running to stabilize. If he takes out this treb with his own trebs. Here come the chakrams now. This is horrible for running. And he loses one treb. The other trebs or other units are being targeted back here. The treb for Rusher did go down. And man, oh man, is this messy at the moment. I actually think running can be okay, because his castle still stands. There was some heavy losses there for Rusher. Let's think about it. He lost a lot of camels. He lost 4 trebs. He's going to take time to build up, and he does have limited gold. This gives running time. That goes slightly differently if Rusher still has the trebs alive, and it's a different situation. It was the right call to take the trebs. It was losing his own trebs that really hurt him the most there, I think. But easier said than done. Unit control is a skill. It takes time as we have Savar! Savar! So Persians with the recent update, they don't get Paladin anymore. They get Savar, which kind of feels stronger than a Paladin in some ways. These are going to be some beefy units soon. So the extra armor you get on Savar could be really helpful against the chakrams. But against Gurjara camels that do extra bonus damage, it's really tough. Man, if only running had a couple bombard cannons to be able to engage against these trebs. That, to me, is kind of the big story right now. And Rusher's just like, come at me. Yeah, I don't think he ever clicked chemistry, right? I think hand cannon was the unit that running's been missing. God, man. I mean, what's the gold situation like right now? Rusher... Is he out of gold, or am I missing it? I'm not seeing him take any gold. He is, according to Capture Age. Okay, Savara's in. Big fight. Let's see how these things fare. They have a lot more armor. And chakrams don't have a lot of attack. Now, the Savara kind of get into a bad spot here. And the chakrams are going to shred the halbs on the other side. And I think this fight is incredible for Rusher. Oh my god. The halbs just disappear. You cannot go halbs against this civilization if they have the chakrams out. And the Savara upgrade's not cheap. It takes a lot of time. And running is going to lose this castle. Running stuck on this comp. He has to make more. He has to make more of a unit that, you know, already hasn't worked in both cases. And we have Frontier Guards now for Rusher. Frontier Guards adds a lot of armor onto those camels to make them even stronger. Man, if Rusher knew about this gold, if he had 10 bills on this gold, it's GG. It's game over. He pushes this and he wins. I still do have to feel like running could maybe have a chance yet. Crazy how one outpost here, one outpost could change the entire game. He's out of gold. That's crazy, man. Oh, man. More villagers coming forward to chop wood? Okay. The forward lumber strategy. It's not known yet, guys, but in 2026, everyone will be doing it. Lots of food. Able to make light cav now, which is cheap and can be used for the raids, but in the main fights, it has to be gold units. He just sold all of his wood and a lot of his food to get more gold. That's smart, considering what he knows. I don't think he'll ever check for that gold. There's a lot of tunnel vision focus right now. There's a lot of nerves involved in this. He's slowly pushing. Persian TCs are very strong, so it takes a little bit longer to kill them. But I just don't know if running can find a good engagement against this. Frontier Guards wasn't in before. He might be able to get us around. This is crazy. Rusher almost... It's like he's waiting. It's so weird how calm this seems. Here we go. Again, if you are a halb, you are not going to survive very long. This engagement actually seems a little bit better for running in that he's got the full surround and a lot of camels are dying against halbs. And hold on. Hold on. I think Savar are pretty good against the chakrams. The chakram number is down to 12, and that means that Savar halb in combination can do it, and running, who has gold, is going to stop this, and we are far from finished. I think running can win this game. Make an outpost! Make a house! He doesn't know about the gold, and he doesn't have any relics. Running doesn't have any relics right now, actually. He needs to re-get those, or reclaim those. Okay, but right here from Running, this is where you start to think, I've got to attack. Like, breaking through here with Rams and Hussars would be huge. Because it's castles everywhere for a Rusher in this area, and walls. Hussars, though, are going to start to run through. This might be the longest game from the qualifier so far. I'm trying to think. Did we have any super long ones? We didn't have many over an hour. I think the longest one was Margugu versus NYA, which was on Cross and was like an hour 20. There's also an Islands game between Andy and Kamigawa, which went on for a while. Good raids here from Rusher. Very nice raids. Oh, man, and he's going to pick Running apart. See, Running doesn't have a way to push the guy right now. They might not think he has gold, but he could still raid with Hussars. And he's finding so many different spots. No, maybe I take it back. These raids are significant. Running is going to lose a lot of eco to this. And he still can't push. Running has to reclaim these relics, which he's working on. Running, feeling the stress of knowing that he should win this series. He's accomplished so much more with tourneys. He's higher ranked. He's the higher seed, like everything. He's got, you know, should have a lot of confidence, but that might start disappearing, and the Hussars are just everywhere. Running's falling apart. Look at how Rusher has split up his units here. Beautiful job. And still always has the camels with the chakrams here too, which is really hard to manage. 56 villagers Rusher has now killed from Running. And Running still just doesn't have siege. It feels like he's trying to stabilize, but just so many things happening all the time. Oh, God. And he can't actually get all the relics. He gets 3 of them. And now Rusher gets to camp that. Running still making more vills. Running being patient. I actually think he can take this fight with Savar and win and kill the chakrams. Yeah, actually, this is the first time Rusher has left the chakrams alone here. And so the chakrams will get killed by the Savar. But just random Hussars everywhere. Still wild to me that Rusher has all that gold sitting in his base. Look at that! He's so close! He doesn't actually have the stone for an outpost. He would have to build like a normal building for vision there. Running's got a lot of army right now. He takes a really good fight. There's not many camels out. I love, though, how, Bracer's in for the castles. It's just Rusher has to babysit the chakrams. He has to babysit the chakrams. The chakrams are dead. The chakrams are dead. Oh, man. These castles, though, are going to be so valuable. And, you know, you have the castle fire. You have a couple camels. You have some chakrams still. And Running's running out of Savar. And there's still Hussars. How is Rusher microing these Hussars away from so many Halps all the time? So good. 170 pop for Rusher. Oh, and Rusher got a relic. Nice. So actually, hold on. Where's the monk? Oh, I was going to say, it would make sense to use that monk to check this area for a relic. He might do that. And then he might see the gold. Look at that Hussar. That's sick. That Hussar, I don't know where he came from, but again, finding targets. And then you just, yeah, this is what you keep doing. Like, if you don't have defensive castles, you should absolutely just be picked apart by Hussar raid. And who cares when your Hussars are so cheap and when it only costs food? Who really cares if, you know, every other raiding attempt leads to a bunch of dead Hussars? It doesn't matter. It's just about grinding your opponent down. Now, things are going to change slightly because Running is actually making trebs now. So Running, I think, has a solid shot. He's got, like, one more chance to take a big fight. And if he takes out both these castles, he takes a lot of precious map control. And finally, Bombard Cannon as well. You cannot lose your siege right now if you're Running. Running has lost 95 villagers. Can you guys feel the nerves here? It gets a little sloppy from time to time in these types of games, right? It's super high level, but I can feel it personally. I can see how messy it is, and it's just like so wild, and they're looking around, and the structure is gone, and it's on both sides. And I love this. And dude, there's only a house wall here, for the love of God. This is about to get a whole lot crazier. Especially if Halbs come in too, because Rusher is going to use... Oh, God, dude. We are not finished yet. We are not finished yet. Rusher has Lycav in his eco now, and he has no castles here. None. So he will now use Hussars to defend against Lycav, which is a pain. And he's dropping more houses. He has no stone. So he's dropping more houses, and it's just going to get trebbed down. Oh, this is an opportunity now for Running, who has stayed alive throughout the raids. Such a good job from Running to always produce villagers. And like I said, you bring the Halbs now, and Rusher can't use Camels and Hussars to clean up the light cap. Obviously, Halbs can't be underneath TCs, but still. Oh, God, but now we have the push here from Rusher. What is this? You push me, I push you. I push you again. And both players need to make sure that they are keeping a close eye on their minimap, because one random unit, just like this, could kill entire portions of the economy. Do you remember when there were Halbs here, guys? Because I sure don't. They disappeared quickly. And the Hussars still streaming into Running's economy, and Running's down to 107 vills. Bombard cannon spotted by these Hussars. That's expensive. That will go down. More Hussars could come in. Hussars are actually outnumbering the Halbs here. Running needs to keep trying to raid. But if he's not pushing, he will die. I actually think the GG's called here. I think these Hussars kill both Treps. And... No, you still don't GG. What am I talking about? No, I take that back. Artie will edit that out. Thank you. Wow, there's no way. You got 4 relics. You're 170 pop. You don't GG here. What are you talking about? No, you keep playing. But you have to push. There is still 2,400 golds here for Rusher. Which would be so amazing for him. These chakrams here have only 25 kills. Still wonder if Running could use hand cannons. You could still do it. Runs in with this group, splits it up into 3 other groups. Nice job from Rusher. Lycav and Halbs making it through, though. It's 200 pop for both. And, okay, so does Running know about that goal? Teleport! Thank you, DE. I really hope they fix that. I have talked to them about it many times. They're aware. I can't say anything more than that. It has to do with villagers garrisoning, so there's another teleport. So it's like anytime Vill's garrisoning in a TC, there will be a teleport. There's no TCs over here. Look at all this eco for Running! Look at how exposed this farmland is. This is crazy, dude. Guys, this is amazing. Almost 200 villagers have died in this game. And I'm not convinced that Rusher really has the best eco right now. I just think he has the cheap units. Like, basically, this side of the eco is horrible for both. The other areas are really important. So, actually, they need to expand into those areas if they can. Oh, a castle here is huge. Yeah, like, I mean, Running's whole eco is exposed, so he needs castles somewhere. I actually find this castle to be weird to me because he actually is more exposed over here, but I guess he has army, so I don't know. All right, Twitch chat, pick a winner right now. Pick it. Running has lost 150 villagers. He will continue to lose more, but he has relics. Rusher has a gold that he could potentially find in the future, but he has not found it yet. But he has chakrams. Is it Running or is it Rusher? Will we run or will we rush? Will we do both simultaneously? Right now, it's looking pretty good for Rusher, because Running is going to run out of gold if he cannot reclaim these relics. Man, is that annoying. Needing 100 gold right now to make a new monk and then hoping you can get all those relics again? That sucks. That's brutal. Oh, man, Running really trying to wall. Look at these Halbs. Oh, look at all the Halbs coming home. No, the castle! Doubt's in the main event, but he's also going to be in the qualifier. No! Castle denied at 97%. He thought he was going to have time. Dang, man. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, if Rusher ever leaves, he can complete it. Random light calves still killing vills. Those halbs killed some villagers too. Still Trebs here, keeping this wide open. Chakrams are going to do their thing. Massive fight here. And it still could be anyone's game. This is wild. I think the lack of gold is going to hurt Rusher because, remember, he doesn't have halb. And his chakram count is getting whittled down here. He's only down to 8 of them. Rusher will lose this army. His pop drops to 160. No way. No way. Can he see this yet? Wait, hold on. Capture rate. Stop glitching. He sees it. He sends everybody. The lumber camp in the mill gave him vision. Finally. Oh, but now, I mean, it takes time to get that gold income. And running isn't being pressured. So running is going to run in with halbs. And halb raids are the hardest thing to stop right now. Because you only have Hussar. Oh, man. This is a great fight for running. How is running at 55 on food? Look at where running's even getting wood right now. Running needs to complete this castle. Then he can take wood down here. Trebs are on the way through to take out the TCs. I wanted to see, does running know about the gold? He never saw it either. It's actually a pretty big deal. Oh, God! It never ends! It never freaking ends! Rusher can kill 40 vills here. Dude, patrol! My friend! Attack! Attacka! Oh, geez. I mean, there is army going over from running. Halbs are attacking a farm and a TC, and then there's also a Treb, which will now go down. Running has yet to reclaim those relics, by the way. He does have a monk on the way from somewhere. Probably this monastery. Treb went down. Villagers over here still dying. Running going down to 100 villagers, which is really, really bad. He still has more in queue, but that's an amazing raid. And now the halbs have found the gold miners. Ballistics upgrade here for Rusher. Something that running doesn't have. Running also doesn't have the ranged upgrades. So I actually think like this area, now that ballistics will be in, really hard to raid. Ballistics bracer. Chakram count up to 28. Chakram are insane right now. And he's been able to get it because he can get back to the golds. Running is going to steal some gold. That's not fair, running. You have relics. That's not how this is supposed to work. But why not? I mean, he's losing villagers in his own base. He might as well just run to the opponent's base and try and take that gold. That is really smart. And Rusher's going to have to deal with that. And I think those Hussars are going to are going to deal with that. What is this game? This game is insane. And listen, even if you lose these vills, you still took gold from the opponent. And you still had some benefit. This is wild, man. Running needs to get his relics again. He's starting to pick it up. It'll just take a moment. He's got a million other things to look at. How does he kill 35 chakrams, though? Like, I think with his opponent finding his gold, running will not be able to kill the chakrams anymore. So he needs to avoid these castles. Basically, running, in order to win this game, needs to play on until all the resources here are inaccessible and gone for Rusher. And Rusher has tens of thousands of wood available in the back corner. Rusher is doing a lot of chasing with his army right now, which gives running opportunities. Eventually, this gold's going to be gone, right? So, once this gold is gone, then it's back to relics for running and only one relic for Rusher. There goes the light cav through. That's what you need to do if you're running. That's good idea. Also, just realized running actually fully completed these walls. So that's why Rusher isn't raiding the middle anymore. There is going to be a chop here, though, in a second. And that could allow Rusher and running to run through if they notice that. Running lost a lot of villagers here. Running has lost 200 vills. Running is finding villager kills back here. What a freaking game. This will be probably the longest of round 1. Has to be. It's getting close. Crop rotation! That's a great tech, dude. You don't... I laugh because, like, it takes so long for crop rotation farms to pay off. So you don't see that tech very frequently. But this is definitely the game where you need it. The Rusher doesn't have that. Also, Rusher still can't complete this gold. What a sick job from Running. Oh, God. Oh, God. Rusher thinks he's a god for doing this. Bad move. Bad move. Running was paying attention to that. Running had an outpost there. Well, there are going to be Hussar meet light cav. Look at this. The floodgates have opened. But there will be villager deaths for Rusher. And there have been more villager deaths for Rusher. Rusher has lost 110. Running. Beasting it up right now. Just with light cav. He should really be banking gold to get the Hussar upgrade so he has his own Hussars. The problem with the Chakrams, guys, is they have to be in one spot. This is like if you watch the series I played against Nili. Like this, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago. That, you know, the Chakrams, I think he ended the game with like 500 more kills than me. But you could just avoid them and you could hit different spots and there's weak areas. Now, problem is you got to hit this castle. You got to get through this castle stack and that's really tough with Hussars. But you can still hit a lot of other areas. Oh, man, Running. That is... Are you... Well, he's doing it again. He's doing it again. He is sending 20 vills for that gold. I think it feels a little excessive. But he's used to losing villagers, and he's going to lose more. Their total idle time is actually rather impressive. Rusher only having 4.5 hours of idle time is impressive. Running's got 8 hours. We're about to have 1,000 kills for both with no end in sight. Nice house wall there from Rusher. And Running... Running just says, oh, that's my wall. So he deletes a piece of it. That's a bad realization there if you're Rusher. You're like, oh, crap, forgot that was possible. Look at this army. This massive, massive army. He's got like 60 units over there. He can't use them. He can't break through. Is there a hole here? There's a hole. Wait, there's not a... I can't tell. I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that a hole? It's not a hole? Huh? I don't think that's a hole, but it looks like... anyways. Running has now killed 150 villagers. He has all 4 relics. And he has all the momentum now. And he just continues to find a way through. Look at this. And because of the walls, guys, he is pretty much the whole map stonewalled. He's continually been doing this. This is something I haven't given him as much credit for as I needed to. He's allowed to raid. Rusher cannot. Only he can raid. Now, he needs to rewall this, but then he's fine. I think Persians get Fortified Wall, too. He should absolutely go for Fortified Wall. I think Rusher's going to lose this game. Now, he is going to mass Rams. He's going for Capped Ram. But, I mean, res collected and army count, everything still looks really good for Rusher, but I'm worried. He's down to 80 eco. He's behind by 30 farmers. He has 45 vills in queue! What? 45 vills. That might be the most I've ever seen on an Arabia game. 45 vills in queue. He has 14, 15, 15. So that is... He keeps trying to produce more vills. It's all in queue out of 3 town centers. That's going to take a long time. And that means he's not going to be over 100 anytime soon. And if he can't push walls, this could be a problem. Look at that. Running just locked the gate. That is so freaking smart, dude. Guys, this is a best of 3. Whoever wins this would have such a great feeling. And Running is somehow making it happen. He's going to kill more villagers here. He still hasn't allowed Rusher to take that gold. There's not much left. There's only 130 gold left. He's raiding every area he can. His unit production's insane. He's got a threat from all sides. And Rusher just... I mean, soon Rusher will have lost more villagers than Running has this game. And for a while, it was like 100 Vil kills for Rusher and only like 20 for Running. This is crazy. The big thing you wait for now is you wait for the Hussar upgrade, which I think Running just clicked. Yeah, he just clicked. So now his Hussars will actually be superior. Because you get Blast Furnace with the Persians. It might not be as cheap for him because he doesn't have the Gurjara unique tech. But he does have Blast Furnace, and that +2 attack is going to be... It's going to make a big difference. I mean, Rusher still has an unkillable ball of Chakrams, especially if it's Hussar and Halb. I think the Savar do a pretty decent job. These Chakrams are going to shred everything that's not a Savar. But, yeah, I mean, now you got to find a way back for your Rusher. Rusher needs to break through somewhere. I actually think the Chakrams should be opening holes in the wall. It would take way shorter than he thinks to do so. But you also, I mean, now you're just reacting to raids all the time, and it's tough. But I think like, you could at least bust a hole open yourself. Wow. You guys think Rusher knows he's dead right now? I think he does. I think he knows he's dead. And he's obviously still going to put on a really big fight. But I think considering the matchup, the fact he's the underdog, he doesn't have the relics, and just how many different areas he's getting hit, I think he's like, oh no. You never resign here. Never, ever, ever. Until you're down to like 100 pop maybe. And you can't produce anything more. He could produce quite a few Hussars if he unqueued villagers. But I think he's feeling like he's dead. Now, let's talk about how he's not dead. If he raids again. Like, he is one big raid of Running's base away from being back in this game. So, you know, he needs to ignore some stuff in his base. And he needs to move forward. And what I want to see right now is I want to see the Chakrams with this group of Hussar. Stop this. I know why you're doing it, but you bring all of that and you attack a wall piece. I think he'd be through right away. And I think he'd go into this farming eco. This is 53 farms. That's the farming eco right there. There's not anything over here. Okay, new house walls. Okay. More Hussars just gonna say, see ya. Run right through. How many kills do these castles have? 75 kills for those 3 castles. I'm surprised it's not more. Yeah, I think Rusher, the walls are freezing him up right now. He looks at those walls and says, I cannot pass. But he could break through with the Chakrams, I guarantee it. Because they get Arson, right? So you get Arson, and then you have 38 units doing... I don't know how much damage an Elite Chakram would actually do versus a wall with Arson. Is it like +2 attack with Arson? I don't know. There might be some bonus damage or something involved, but you could definitely break through the wall. 45 Vils in queue for Rusher. These Vils then have to go to a task. They have to be working right away, and it's so hard to get that right. And we have Siege Ram now for Running, who has 4 relics, who has brought in 5,000 gold with the relics. What a game. Like, even if you did 10 damage a hit with the Chakrams on a wall, which I think is around what it would be, you have 34 units against an 1800 HP wall. And they fire pretty quickly. You get through much faster than you think. But it's such a weird thing. Like, this is probably the first time in Rusher's career that he should be attacking a wall with Chakram throwers. Ooh, there is an overchop. Does he see that? Oh, no. Oh no. Oh, no. Running? Getting a little too ambitious there with the choppage, my friends. Can we get some choppa in chat? The Chakrams see it. And he's going to run right through. You're kidding. You're kidding. The farming eco's back here. What is this? All the villas are going to die. Now keep going, Rusher. Keep going. Keep going. He's through. Why does it feel like a Regicide game? Like he's going to snipe a king. Meanwhile, big Hussar raid. Rusher's going to get struggled But this is the way, guys. This is the way. Life is gonna suck for you, but it already sucks. Make it suck for the opponent, too. This is not real life advice, by the way. If your life sucks, don't make everyone else's life worse. Humans do that a lot. Don't do that. But, okay, now, most of the economy for running is on vacation mode. They are traveling. They didn't schedule this vacation. They didn't run it past their boss. And so the bosses are pissed because everyone decided to take a break at the same time. But, you get vacation time. They want their vacation. And I don't know if there's going to be a lot of food for running. And I actually think running could lose this game. He's ahead. He's pushing here. This is all great stuff. But he's got to get his farms going over here now. And this is what I mean. Some people travel. Some people stay at home, right? This is a staycation. The relics! He'll attack a monastery. He'll attack a freaking Persian TC, but he won't attack a wall. Now, I think he misclicked. He meant to click the monastery. 500 villagers have died in this game. There's only 56 of them for Rusher. He's got 56 with 50 more on the way. No more golden come for you running. Monastery's taken down. Wow. What a crazy game. The Chakram's moving around. There's Savars here, though. The Savars are a problem. Villagers are dying. This TC is getting rammed down. The population's struggling for both. And the GG's called. And the GG's called. Rusher calls it. Honestly, I actually don't like the fact he resigned there. He's still probably dead. He's still probably in the worst spot. He's probably going to lose a lot of these Chakrams and whatnot. But I actually think if he knew what we knew, he would have played on a little bit more. Now, he had 2,500 food. A lot of that was villager production. He probably didn't see right before he resigned that, he's thinking I have no food. He has 44 vills in queue, which kind of explains it. But, great job from running. Running basically had one corner. But that was more corners than Rusher ever had. And I think this castle goes down. I think right now Rusher felt like he couldn't stop this castle from going down. Yeah, running would have won that game. Oh, wow, what a game. And a heartbreaker for Rusher. Because he could have won this. I think, guys, if he sees this gold and he does everything else the same, he wins. Him not seeing that gold was the key, in my opinion. It was an amazing game. He just couldn't make more chakrams and camels and siege. And also, please, Omega salute running right now for stonewalling the entire map. So many more pros need to be doing this. And I think that was a really smart play from him. The raids from Rusher eventually just couldn't make it through. Rusher was raiding him nonstop. But when he was able to wall up these chokes, Rusher was not able to break through, and it really affected things. Crazy game. Wow. You want to see a crazy stat, guys? Look at the total villagers for each player in that game. 351 for running. Keep in mind, it's a 200 population cap. The most you can have of anything is 200 at a time. 351. And then Rusher, 328. Can I just see? That's the villager pop. It actually isn't as ridiculous as I thought. But yeah, running did a great job at rebooming. I wonder how much the Persian TC work rate helped him reboom at times when he was losing vills. It had to play a role. Even the res collected was so close. Dang. I mentioned it in Dark Age of the previous game, and you guys are probably like, what? Dark Age? Do you expect us to remember the words you said? But I think that Rusher expected Mongols in game one and picked Gujaros to counter the Mongols. And now he's up against the Mongols here. Now there's lots of hunt in the middle of this map. But this is the only opening between the bases. This map is called Quarry. And Rusher has gone for the Goths. The Goths can make it messy. The Goths have a great late game against Mongols, I would say. They do have a hunt bonus as well. Their hunt lasts longer, but it is not as fast as the Mongols. So it will be tricky for the Goth player to hold. This is definitely a bit more of a closed map. I also believe this was Running's home map. So Rusher has picked Running's home map. If he wins on this, we go to game 3, which is the home map for Rusher. So that would be a big advantage for him. How many tickets for the US right now? Around the 150. I haven't checked. Last time I checked on stream, there was no new tickets sold, but there was one person who wanted a refund. And that was a little sad. But, yes, we just hit 150. I did refund that person. They apparently got their schedule wrong, but I was like, hyping it up, you know, all this crazy stuff. And then it was like, -1. Nah, but everything should be awesome. You got food, drink, lots of cool things there, which I can't touch on just yet because I have to confirm details, but... And then the UK one is, like, selling extremely fast. There's never been a meetup or viewing party in the US before, so it's definitely a bit exploratory, let's say. But the area is beautiful, so if you make it down, good area to stick around, vacay and all that. Take it from the guy who lives near here. All right, so plenty of sheep for Rusher. And he just sees this deer and can't get enough. What would you do to prepare from a rush from the Mongols here? You know what I think? You have loom already. Wall it. That's not that big a wall. Just wall right across. The longer you wait to do that, the worse it gets. Almost seems like he wants to wall using this wood line because it's safer and close by, but like, it's just walling more then. The UK one is selling faster because T90 is not showing up to it. Okay, mods, you know what to do. You know what to do. Get rid of them. Get them out of here. Nah, I'm kidding. Don't. I'm used to that level of pain in my life. Well, the US is freaking massive, right? And also, Florida around spring break, pretty expensive to travel to. There's a lot more expense and travel involved to do one in the US, so... Whereas in the UK, you guys can, everyone's a lot closer, right? So barracks now for Rusher makes sense with the Goths. Still plenty of food to work with. And we actually have the same thing from Running. Pre-mill barracks for both of them. Running gonna go for Man-at-Arm Archer here. And Mongols are really good at this because they just get so much food from their hunt. Look at the res collected. Pretty wild, though, right? That this is a nerfed Mongols. At one point, it was 50% faster hunt. Crazy. Capitan says, plus, you know, people have to willingly go to Florida. I know it's easy to make Florida jokes, but the area that the meetup's in is absolutely beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful areas you can have for a little vacation. So, depending on what you're into, right? If you don't like sun and you don't like beach and you don't like, you know, great restaurants and tropical drinks and, you know, you don't like that type of thing, then it might not be the place for you. Just depends where you're at, right? With anything. Ooh, so Rusher spots this, right? But, I mean, this is going to be brutal to defend. He is going to make his own militia, so he knows he could potentially match this. But he won't be in Feudal Age as quickly, which means he won't have the Man-at-Arm upgrade. We've got walls behind this from Rusher. He might over-chop there. I don't think Running will look for that possibility, though. Running will just assume his opponent will wall. And it's going to be 4 militia, which makes sense because the opponent's going to be so much faster. And we are going to have a sheep heist. We are going to have a sheep heist. Running says, thank you very much. I happen to be a shepherd in my spare time and takes 4 sheep with him. Now, we talk a lot about TCs not killing things these days. But that's just a case of having the sheep... Wow. Killing the sheep. What type of shepherd are you? That's just the case of having the sheep too far away from the TC. We'll see if those sheep make it home. This is just all Mongols, man. And look at Running. Like, Running's got the archer range up, making his first archer already. I don't know. What do the sheep want? Do the sheep want to be a Goth, or do they want to be a Mongol? You know, we so often don't ask the sheep. Well, that's... They think they would prefer to be alive. Running is like, if you switch back to them, I shall kill you. That first archer is going to matter a lot here. It's like, right. This timing's really nice because it's like right when you get to that point. Oh, God. Oh, God. Miss micro. Right when you get to that point where you have more men-at-arms than the opponent, they end up having an archer. But the fight for Rusher is really good. And running just miss micros it. And that archer advantage is going to disappear. Oh, this is fine for Rusher. This is fine. Very nice micro. Look at that. And also, man-at-arm here. If he stops it all, if this archer stops it all, sorry, the man-at-arm's going to get the kill. And there's an archer follow-up from Rusher. Now, guys, I've been holding off a sneeze for the last 60 seconds, but it's going to come at a crucial time, and I'm just sorry, okay? I'm trying to look at the light and do all the tricks so I can calculate this, but I just know myself. It's not going to be good. And it's a big moment in the game. Lots of micro-intensive battles happening. Res collected super close right now. I can't say the... Nope. I can't say the momentum is necessarily with one player or another right now. This is so annoying. But, like, you know, Mongols, they kill a lot of people by now. And Rusher has survived this. He really needs to micro down this archer and this scout. He's just... Running has been running circles around him. And in the end, the scout's going to go down and the archer goes down. That's huge. Actually, this army here can get through and give running some real problems right now. Running does have fletching, actually, which I just realized, and fletching should be enough firepower. Whew. Okay, let's look at the economies. Farms are really nice. Berries is really nice. Wood upgrades coming in. Running is going to get the walls down. This will probably go late. You free... Sorry, forgive me as I get tilted by a sneeze. The worst part is I don't have tissues in here. But what a fun game. Like, two different styles, right? It's kind of interesting how most of the hunt has gone from the middle. They both took that in some ways. Res collected should be better for Rusher if this continues on without any losses here. Because he was able to squeeze in double bid axe. It was also a little bit faster to some of these farms, but things are still pretty close. Now, those archers are sneaking, and I think Rusher knows that there's something back there. And yeah, he sees it. Fletching just now coming in from Rusher. Look at that runner with that archer. That was impressive. The thing that is a problem for Rusher is he refuses to wall the front of his base, which running has done, and it's just like such an obvious wall on this map. You really shouldn't allow your opponent any opportunity, in my opinion, to be coming through with follow-up army. In the end, Rusher gets the clear. Guys, what a series. This was not supposed to happen. This is a beautiful series. Really competitive. The first game was a banger, and this one will probably go late too. Running won't have a massive castle age advantage, which the Mongols can sometimes get on the back of their aggression. Rusher? What are we doing? So we hate walls and we hate safe eco. What's happening? Where are you going? I think he wants to tower. And tower it is. There's also a hole, right? Why is this... Oh, Running noticed it. Running noticed it. Yeah, I think he actually clicked units through to try and find holes in the wall. I like this tower a lot. Both civs actually have big reasons to want to be on stone. But if they're both going to go into castle units in this matchup, I'm all about the Goths. The Huskarl is extremely strong. The tower goes up, and this is a tower that is not disrupting Rusher's eco at all, of course, and actually gives Rushers an avenue. He's still got man-at-arms. He wants to, he could try and break through this house, but what he was not expecting was for Running to do this. Oh god, the man-at-arms are actually going into the tower. They don't offer anything. Oh god, this is so messy. He's gonna run under the tower! Or is he? What's happening? Guys? Well, true to his name, Rusher is running underneath constant tower fire. He's weakening a lot of Vills. He's killed Vills. He is going to continue. He's gonna continue to run in. What? It's actually working. He's gonna take the tower down. What in God's name? Like, Running never expected this crap, man. I don't know what Running put on his list of things to expect, but not this. Yeah. So now, Rusher, I mean, get away from the tower. If Rusher gets away from the tower and just chills out a little bit, like, he has villagers through the enemy walls. He can make more buildings back here, and his eco's still untouched. He has no chill. He has no chill. He's making more archers against the player who's walled. Oh, man. I think Rusher's going to throw, honestly. I think, like, the damage that he was doing was solid. If it goes late game, it can be solid. But, you know, he's going to try and break through again. I'm not so sure he can do that, but I still like the energy. You know, as much as I think it could lead to him having problems, it's really aggressive. Running right now just isn't expecting this. And Running's going to try and go up. Still a sneak villager inside here for Rusher. And another tower now from Rusher. And the villager gets quick walled from Rusher. And maybe Rusher will be through. I don't know. Crazy. Res Collected has been better for Rusher. It's just that he's spending more on archers and he's spending more on man-at-arms, and now Running's going to drop a tower. See, this is what I was worried about. It's like, it's so easy for the opponent to go for a follow-up tower, and your ranged units and your man-at-arms never do anything. And, you know, now your investment doesn't pay off, and then Running can maybe stabilize in Castle Age. Running's going to have 2 stables. Running could have Step Lancers, and Step Lancers is amazing against all this. Well played from Running, though, to recognize that he could just drop this tower. Now, if you have a Stonewall Civ, Stonewall the middle. Just go for it. Go crazy, but Goths can't do that either. And just a lot of aggressive energy here from Rusher. And he's been close. But, like, running in there after this tower is just, it feels suicidal. The additional army and trying to break through here also feels very suicidal. Is there a hole here? There is, right? Is he going to run in or can he not? Oh, don't tell me he attacked that house and can't break through. Or maybe he saw the tower and realizes he can't. Running. He can add siege against this. 1 siege workshop, a couple Step Lancers. This gets pushed back. Rusher is still producing more archers. He's still producing man-at-arms. I think at this point he realizes it's too little too late. And so he has to stay in Feudal. And here he goes. Here he goes. And he's going to rush the tower down. Well, he's running just passing, people. Just passing. What is this? Who is this player? He's going to tower. We've got knights from Running on the way. With bloodlines, with armor that will be extremely strong. And, well, Castle Age is just so important, man. Gold is also really important, which Running doesn't have any of currently. Houses around the tower. Man-at-arms weaken this tower. This tower goes up. Running can still take this gold. Running's making siege. Yep, I think this is a big problem. Again, look at the resources collected. Things were going so well for him mid-feudal, and I think because he's the underdog, he just thought, I have to keep being aggressive. I can't give him a chance. I think after the feudal engagements, if he just goes Castle Age and plays Standard, which he has the skill to do, he might have been in the better position in Castle Age. I still love it, though, because, like, you know, in theory, the better player will always win in a straight-up boomy game. And the previous game was crazy. And it's hard for me to be too critical of someone's thinking when they just played a game like they did, which is a true brain melter, right? Running's played this very nicely. And yeah, these are idle villas. He just needs to keep an eye on those. Also, needs to be careful here against all the archers and spears. I mean, the guy's still not up. He has an insane eco for Feudal Age. 52 villagers. Oh, Rusher. He rushes, all right. Okay. Siege is kind of a problem. Towers are also kind of a problem. Knights are kind of a problem, but he takes care of some of them. Yep. Okay. Not the best. Knights are really strong. This continues to be an issue here for Rusher, but he's got more, guys. Rusher kind of reminds me of an AI at the moment. It's been a bit since I played against, like, the medium AI, but I'm getting flashbacks. And that's not me being disrespectful. Rusher has subscribed here. He's part of the community. He watches. He would appreciate it, I hope. Maybe we just lost a sub, but it was a good run. It was a good run, Rusher. No, we play each other on ranked all the time, so we go back. I'll donate him some elo if he feels bad about that. Villagers will all die. It's now rewalled. That's cheating. Running is cheating. You can't rewall. Actually, would be maybe be better for running if those units ran through, because it's such an easy choke point. Yeah. And running. I mean, I still can't believe he won the previous game. And now his opponent's 2 minutes away from Castle Age. Rusher is going to arrive to Castle Age at 31 minutes. If this army gets upgraded, if this becomes crossbow pikes, it can really lead to some good things. But it's 2 minutes away. And even then, it's like siege against crossbow pike is really strong. And running feels like he needs to force the issue. And, oh man. Okay, attack rounds practice. Here we go. Looking around. People who have not subscribed using Twitch Prime, who are hopefully enjoying the free content, are very upset to get a minute of ads from Twitch in this moment. It is a great travesty. It is an absolute travesty when there are Feudal Age armies in 2 different positions that we have never seen before, that there is an ad. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. How it works. That's going to be a clear up. The spears don't have a chance against the steps. There's still a massive freaking army here. Mangonels maybe looking to push. This is a weird game, dude. This is a weird game, but I love it. And I love it. 2 TCs for running. So as eco grows, there will be a lot of army in the middle, though. Defensive castle now from Rusher. Uh-oh. 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 Is he going to run in? Does running have it in him to run in? No. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Pikeman and crossbow. Oh my god, this is sick. This is a big army, man. I mean, I'm not ready to say this game is over, guys. I think if the siege is out of the picture, that this army wins. But he's not. No one wants to run in against the siege, because the siege also can kind of win the whole fight. So he's going to just hurdle up and hide for the time being. It 100% is over, TBH, says Strode. 100%. 100? Not 99, you're sticking with 100. Now, I know you weren't expecting to be called out by the streamer. 100. Because 100 is betting territory. That's all I'm saying here, Strode. Not even 99? Oh, man. Okay, 100. Well, I think this fight can do big... This army can do big things if running is out of position. But I love how running is mixed in the monks. I love how running is mixed in the scorpions. I like how he's been patient here. His focus on the eco has been good. Even this castle's kind of interesting. It like protects the front. It's not too aggressive. Resources collected. Rusher has collected more, but he has lost 3 out of every 4 units he's ever created here, military-wise. It's just painful. The trades have not been good. Mongol late game does have some fun options up against the Goths. I want to see Drill Scorpion, but this is why this castle needed to be more defensive. This is what we mean. How will the siege fare? The siege gets some pretty decent hits on everything here. The Steppe Lancers, the castle, everything. And this is the 100 we were talking about. The 100 I definitely agreed with. And the crossbows, I mean, they unfortunately don't even have Bodkin Arrow. I think he obviously wanted to focus on the infantry, so he couldn't spare the resources. And that fight could be it. I think if that fight... I still think if he comes in immediately, before there's more siege... Like, right when he gets the upgrades, he could take a slightly better fight. But he wanted to wait for Huskarls, I guess. 100. Now we have the TCs. Couple shout-outs here to people who supported the stream today. Thank you, Pepper. Says 100% GG at some point. Very bold prediction, my friend. Withering Flower, thank you. Yazzie and Kodal for the brand new subs with Prime. Stick around. Hidden Cup main events in a month. All hidden identities. Love the outposting here from running. This is sick. It's so important on this map, right? Especially when Rusher has a tendency to rush. Kodal, Buff Ninja, thank you. Says, I'm so excited for Hidden Cup. I wish you all the best with it. By the way, I know the feeling of an approaching sneeze. Well, you're a ninja. Oh, dude. No one ever talks about it, but ninjas sneeze too. You can't be sleuthing around and then have to sneeze. I guess maybe if you're going to be a true ninja, they need to do like an allergy test. Huh. Okay, thank you for the sub. Hendo, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you, Vasiv. Thank you, Wayward Knight. Thank you, Matt, Nimino. And I think we're all caught up. Actually, I missed Eepy and Goody Bear and Blazer. Thank you, guys. Means a lot. I was gone for pretty much a month after I announced Hidden Cup, with the holidays and NAC and being sick twice. So the sub count's been shooting back up. Really motivating heading towards the main event. It seems rough right now. Like, the Mongols take some time to get going against Huskarl, but you do have the options. Steppe Lancer could actually be... I actually have never seen heavy step or elite Steppe Lancer against Huskarl. I think Mangadai in combination with Lancers, you do have champions, you do have solid siege. And Imp is on the way. Can we not patrol our units on a stack against siege here, Blue? Thank you. Thanks for making me happy. Rusher will be eliminated if he loses this, so he doesn't want to call it quits. And Goths? Smile at me in chat. If you have done everything right, you have had the better eco, you have had the 100%er, and then Goth spam has killed you, and it still lives in your brain to this day. Yep. Yep. There's actually a player who had a high level. His name was Night Style. He would force pick Goths, which is extremely rare at a high level. He got to like 2200 elo. I haven't seen him around for a year or two. Actually, last I saw him, he was no longer force picking Goths, but he was a Goth-only player, and even he was problematic. Oh, man. Look at all that siege. This is not good. You need more infantry. Like the house wall from running. Both sides. Really smart. So all the fights are going to be coming through the middle. Running's going to snag that last relic in the middle. and has access to the gold in the middle. It is all running right now. I think a lot of low elo legends know the Goth Fear. Rusher does not want to call it, guys. This would be it for him. He hasn't been killed off yet. He maybe wants to click up to Imp. Elite Step Lancer on the way now for running. I think, like, Step Lancer Scorpion would be kind of fun. Kind of an awkward comp in most maps, but you could just fight right through the middle, so. Another castle here. So it's going to be a Treb from running, and then this castle kind of protects the Treb and gives him a position to Treb push from. This is the Imperial Age TC. So Rusher chose the TC in the back, which is very smart. And he will see Step Lancers. Step Lancers could struggle against the bonus damage from Halb, but the way Step Lancers operate, they kill a lot of that infantry before the infantry gets close. So this is going to be a struggle. We'll see. T90 has Tato. I don't know fully what the question is. Are you asking if Tato has played his second round yet? No. Second round will start tomorrow. Yeah, second round. Some second round sets are scheduled for tomorrow. We have 2 more rounds that haven't been played in the qualifier. We have Lewis versus Dogao, which I think started 40 minutes ago. And then Moray versus Kingston. Or Kingstone. Both those sets should be happening. When this set completes, I will move into casting one of those, and that's the end of round 1. And then we'll do a quick sum up on what happens and what is to come, and leave it at that. Players will not play on Hidden Identities until the main event of Hidden Cup, which is in a month. This is the start of an insane qualifier to be one of those players. You are qualifying to be hidden from the world. Which is exciting, trust me. What a crazy series, though. Like, and this game's fine. If you lose this game after winning game 1, it's fine. But now, this hurts even more for poor Rusher. God, is that a lot of Step Lancers. Okay, well, Halb is coming in. Obviously, always going to be the first upgrade here. Halb does bonus damage against Cav. Step Lancers are Cav, but the Step Lancers have more HP than a Halb, more attack than a Halb, and they have the range, and then not to mention the Castle Fire. Feels bad for Rusher here. Running, I don't know who he's scheduled to go up against, but I think he can play better than he has today. Maybe shaking off some nerves, and I think he could win the next round, potentially. So this is a big deal for him. He's done some crazy things in his career. We'd like to continue doing that. Big fight, guys. And look at the Step Lancers poke. That's the problem with the way pathing is, especially. The Halbs take so long to getting close to the targets, and that is a complete and utter wipe. Beautiful play there from running. Step Lancer was a nice choice, especially with this lead he has. And he keeps most of his Trebs alive as well, and that is probably it here for Rusher. And the GG's called. That KD for Rusher tells the whole story. He just rushed a little too much. He was too aggressive. Feudal Age was actually great for him. He didn't need to run underneath towers and commit so much. But I like the energy. He was the underdog. Things to learn from, maybe. I think he lacked confidence, which is why he did that. A player who feels they're on the same level wouldn't commit as much as he did after things look so good. And running gets the win. So series doesn't go as people expected, but the result ends up being as people expected. And apparently running will be against Stark in the next round. That'll be an interesting series. I think running is my favorite there. So $150 minimum for running. Potential to earn more, potential to qualify for the main event. So we'll see.